The fire that 1 year ago destroyed Glenn Evans's Santa Rosa ranch was insatiable, unstoppable, and unfailingly cruel.
Where the flowers are planted is where my son and I found my wife's remains the next morning. And
not only did it take the life of Glenn's wife, Valerie,
it was one of my wife's trinkets.
It consumed anything that might help him remember their 45 years together. Well,
come on, Angel.
Almost everything.
What's up, little girl?
Spared in the fire was Valerie's favorite animal, a 16-year-old, 1,600-pound Texas Longhorn cow named Angel.
You old silly girl, you.
Over the past year, Glenn visited Angel every single day in her temporary home in Pengrove, and nothing was more important to him than getting Angel back into her favorite pasture right alongside Highway 101.
She means everything to me right now. It brings my wife back to me in a nice way.
But with no water, no power, no fencing or barn, Glenn was going to need help fixing up the property enough to bring his four-legged, two-horned friend home. Good thing, then, that unbeknownst to Glenn, Angel had a fan club. You see, standing alongside 101 for the past 15 years, Angel had become a fixture to the thousands of commuters who passed her every single day. When they learned via social media she survived the fire, but needed help to come home, well,
they have lined up in droves to help us get her home.
They started a GoFundMe page, paid to have the water restored, and rebuilt the fences and a small structure for Angel. All so this past Sunday, this could happen.
Oh, that's great. That is just dynamite.
In the long history of cowboys, it's hard to believe that one has ever been happier to have a cow come home.
Boy, she is the prettiest thing I've ever seen.
There is still so much on this ranch and in this region that is not the same as it was 1 year ago. But one step at a time, one cow at a time, they are getting back to normal.
She made it home. And Sonoma County is still strong.
Just how many days, no one can know, but Vista Manor is where 87-year-old Nancy will be spending the rest of hers. But don't worry, she is more than okay with that.
The things I love to do the most, I can't do, never would be able to do. And I'm very willing to pass on at this point.
Still, if Nancy expected her final days to be uneventful ones, she failed to mention that to Josephine Huynh. Josephine is a musical therapist for Seasons Hospice. She and Nancy quickly bonded over their love of music, musical theater in particular.
Every song that I've done that I know, you already know it.
Though there was one bit of uncommon ground. Josephine had never seen Nancy's favorite show, Jersey Boys. So when the national touring company came to San Jose and Nancy lamented not being able to see it one more time, she urged Josephine to go, which she did, but with a plan. After the show, Josephine stalked the stage door, and when the actor who played the lead, Miguel Joaquin Moreland, walked out, she pounced.
I'm a music therapist, I work in hospice, and I'm only seeing the show because my patient who loves it told me to go see it, and she's not able to, and I'm just wondering if we could do something for her.
My instinct was yes.
We Skyped with Miguel from the Jersey Boys show on Broadway.
So I went immediately.
And I just met him last night.
The very next day, in fact, Miguel went to Vista Manor, surprised Nancy, and performed for an audience of just one. It just goes to show that even toward the end, life can still surprise. And thanks to the kindness of those around her, a woman who thought she was done making memories had one more wonderful one.
You held that note. That was wonderful.
Even on the most beautiful of Bay Area days, life on the streets can still be cold. Warmth of any kind, something to be treasured. Good thing then that warmth is something that comes in a steady stream from a studio apartment in this senior community, Bridgepoint at Los Altos, and the hands of Jeannie Waltz.
Only about half done.
Jeannie is knitting a scarf, 6 inches wide, 54 inches long. One that she will donate to City Team Ministries to give to a homeless person.
And this is multicolor, but I feel like if someone's cold, even if they don't like the colors, they'll wear the scarf.
That Jeannie does this is admirable, but it is her consistency that's remarkable.
And this is today's scarf.
Jeannie is not just knitting a scarf today. She knitted one yesterday, and the day before, and every day for the past 2 years.
There's a scarf for every day. One's Monday, one's Tuesday, one's Wednesday. When I came here and I didn't have a house to keep and all that, I had nothing but time to knit.
If you're curious how long this takes, Jeannie says she's at it at least 8 hours a day.
Sometimes they have bingo and I play bingo and I lose an hour of knitting. Then I have to try to make up for that. Oh wait, I have another drawer over here.
And no, if you're wondering,
It's yarn.
she doesn't need any help.
I do not need any more yarn. I have more yarn than I'll live to knit.
What Jeannie would like, though, is to be an example, showing the rest of us that you don't need a lot to give so much.
I've helped just as much as I could all my life. And I'm limited here to what I can do, and yet there's still something I can do.
And so as long as Jeannie has time on her hands, she'll have knitting needles in them, sending love and warmth to those who really could use a bit of both.